what is up, guys? We're taking a look here at Max Scherzer. We're going to be talking about the hip hinge, right, and why it's like so crucial. So, just to kind of give you obviously a visual is what this move is and what this looks like. Is Scherzer's obviously one of the better ones out there, and you'll see that in this back view here, that he kind of corkscrews that bottom foot or that drive foot, right? Watch how it kind of like corkscrews. See how that little movement right there occurred? Corkscrew right there. So that's a easy move to kind of to accomplish to really set this next move up with that hip hinge. So you'll see that he really sits back and he controls his head posture, which controls his posture throughout, really sitting back in that drive leg, maximizing the gluteus maximus, right? So the old booty. That's why they talk a lot about pitchers' booties. So they're not going to talk a lot about our booties if we don't actually utilize our booties. And what I mean by that is you'll see a lot of guys fall victim kind of like more of a squat pattern instead of the hinge. We'll talk about that in a little bit. And you also get more context in the full breakdown, which will be found on the robbyrowshow.com/hinging. So you saw there with Scherzer, that move right there. As soon as he separates his hands, boom, drops into that hinge, into the glute. Now he's applying maximal amount of force into the ground with that back foot. You'll notice, obviously, I think it's even a changeup. He stays connected with that back, and then he's riding out that backside, and then you'll see that he has more energy now to transfer while he was in the hinge to the front side. Lead leg stabilizes, and so on and so forth. Here's another view. This is probably a little bit better view, the center field angle. You'll just notice that you don't see much movement going forward, which is that squat pattern I talked about. You don't see that heel disconnection we talk a lot about these days, but he sits right back into it, really maximum. I mean, that's unreal, the ability to kind of get into that almost 90-degree angle in that hip hinge. Again, just maximizing that force application. And then you'll see that the knee position, that direction, pretty much takes care of his direction, the whole entire delivery going straight towards home plate. Just no wasted movement, right? There's no leakage of potential energy, potential power output, because it's all going forward, right? It's all driving towards home plate, which is an extremely efficient transfer. Again, you'll see guys, even myself included, that do this, that it's a tough motor control issue where that knee will kind of crack forward just a little bit, and then you have to catch up back down. Here's another angle, probably the best one out of them all in slow-mo, but again, just the ability, like you'll see the knee does not move. It kind of just goes straight back, sitting back. And he's able to maximize that force application, so he's able to get a lot more force into that ball release because of not only the application, like I just said, but his ability to transfer. I mean, we could sit here all day and talk about the 40+ thousand things that Scherzer does right. But you see with a lot of guys, and like I said, I'll include the links to the full breakdown of this pattern. But you see a lot of guys struggle with that inability to accomplish the hip hinge, to accomplish the move. And it's 93% of the time it's something that they have the pattern. They can hip hinge, they can deadlift, they can do all of these other types of things that allow them to accomplish the hip hinge. But when it comes to pitching and it comes to the delivery, again, myself included, there's just this motor control pattern or the restriction that's not allowing us to maximize this. And this is why I talk in length about the benefits of, say, long toss or say pull downs, because you'll see oftentimes and not the body in long toss or the body in pull downs will organize itself to accomplish whatever task that is. And if it's a task of throwing as absolute far as you can, you see a lot of times that it cleans up. But yeah, obviously there's a movement pattern here that needs to be accomplished. There's motor control patterns here that need to be instilled, and there's stability, there's strength, right? Like you can't accomplish this move that Scherzer's doing here and sit almost at 90 degrees of, even if it's just your body weight, you can't accomplish that if you don't have the single leg stability of that drive leg, which is why another reason we see a lot of breakdowns occur with younger guys that don't have the authentic stability of that drive leg. So that's the hip hinge. That's Scherzer. Obviously does it really well. And like I said, head to that link, the robbyrowshow.com/hinging, and you'll see a ton of more videos, more breakdowns there if you're someone watching this on YouTube. But yeah, guys, hope you take something from it, and as always, subscribe. Talk to you later.